Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Circuit Paul Ricard or Le Castellet for the French Grand Prix here in 7th Gear Racing. We are in week 2 now for season 9. Joining me in the comms box tonight is none other than our very own Fresh. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Even better now, I'm seeing the weather.
It's inters at the moment, judging by tyres, so it's funny because I said to someone, get your wellies on because it's going to rain, and here we are. It's raining. Yeah. It's going to be a tricky qualifier. Could see a mixed grid here because rain is the equaliser, as it were. Oh, we've got cars out on track. We've got Paloma out on track. Fusion Gamer, of course, subbing in tonight for the Alpine team. Be him and Dylan tonight. Judging by people going out for early runs, we could see a full wet quali. Right then, so as we start qualifying, let's have a quick review of last week. So last week, or in Tier 1 anyway, Elite came away with the victory last week with Benster in P2 and Arthur in P3. Arthur not racing tonight, unfortunately. He's been filled in tonight. Sorry, you're there? Fresh?
He's what?
Arthur isn't with us tonight, so he's been filled in for.
We said he's building.
That'll be a bit
building.
I have no idea. Of course, yeah, top 4 last. Like I said, obviously, Elite, Benster, Arthur, Rain was P4 last week. It was a good start to the season last week. In
It's great.
Where were we?
Really enjoyed it last week.
It was Australia. Yeah, I almost forgot where we were. Australia. Lovely stuff. And obviously, I'll tell you what, people don't seem to like the French track a lot, but it does create some interesting racing because from memory, you have to be within at least like 3 to 4 attempts to have any chance of an overtake.
Wow, that was last game. We'll find out.
This game as well. Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Definitely more fun in the rain from the experiences I've had. I know that you haven't had great experiences here in the rain.
I never practice in the rain, so I'm always bad. I'm at least always 2 or 3 seconds off a lap just because I never practice in the rain. Oh, and there we go. Fusion Gamer invalidates, and so has Paloma. Alright, who else is next? Who's next? So Dan. No, he's invalidated. Jesus Christ. Will someone please set a lap? Rain on an out lap. He's invalidated his own lap. Who's next? Where's that Mercedes? But yeah, everyone is invalidating. Joel's on an out lap, which he has invalidated. So the next person on track is Dylan. So we'll ride on board. That was not get invalidated as well. Dylan was the person I told to bring his wellies to, so I'm sure he's cursing his luck right now. And of course, constructors obviously a big part of this year. So McLaren currently lead the Tier 1 standings after Elite's victory. Alfa Romeo currently sits second on joint with Haas on 22 points, with Williams in 4th. The combined constructors, actually McLaren sit top with 60 points. Williams move up to P2. And of course, Alpha Tauri are the only team.
Oh, we've lost Visions.
Oh dear, Visions. Visions, the person filling in for Arthur tonight, as Dylan has a 139.1. So yeah, the only Alpha Tauri, the only team yet to have a point at the first race, as Aurelian goes 3 tenths faster than Dylan. Some decent opening laps, as I'm sure the times will come crumbling down. Matt Veg with a 140.2. Benson goes second with a 39.0. And there you go, Pro Swedler 38.2. The first, probably a good lap, I imagine. Of course, Pro Swedler on the PC. Of course, he actually did win here before, Pro Swedler, under the name of Verstappen. But previous polls here, 2 to Rain, 2 to... Oh, someone else? Someone else gone?
No, Matt Veg just about kept it out the wall there.
Well, luckily for these guys, the financial penalties doesn't hit you in qualifying. I was gonna say, yeah, so pole positions previous here, we got Thomas and Rain sitting on 2 and Kieran on 1. So can anyone break Thomas and Rain's dominance? And in the wins, actually we've had 5 races here in Tier 1. All but 5 different winners. So Pro Swedler, Thomas, Owen, Rain and Vegeta have all won here in the past.
And 7GR going fastest there.
Yep, 7GR with a 1:37.7. Cracking lap that from the Williams driver. Good to see Dan back tonight after not being able to take part last week. He's got Visions again next to him. Let's have a look at the McLarens. Thomas has invalidated. Given the Elite Rest with a toe, which is a bit of a strange strategy in the wet, but there we go. Right, so let's stay on board with Elite Rest then. Last week's winner. Oh, look how slow that is in the rain. So tricky.
Doesn't look that dark though.
It doesn't,
it might
so...
Or it might just stay like this all quality.
Yeah, I mean, it's still raining. But yeah, oh, Elite Risk. Oh, got away with that one, didn't he? Right, around the last corner then. Is it going to upset? A bit of a slow time from Elite Risk. Maybe just getting the feelers in. On 1:42 puts him 5 seconds off the pace. As Kate Gorniak
going third.
Yeah, for the Red Bull there. Decent lap from him. Is the Elite Risk going to go again? Or... yeah, looks like he's pushing.
Thomas has retired.
Oh, not again. Thomas!
He lost it turn 1 or turn 2.
Oh, well... that's Thomas at the back of the grid then. God, he's not having a lot of luck so far yet in Thomas. Oh, and an Elite Risk sends it. Oh, he's got to be careful. Oh, dear me. So that's another poor lap from Elite Risk as Rain, as short at the top of your screen, has now got provisional pole. So the Haas currently running P1 and P3. Who's it set a lap? We've got Phantom. Ooh, whoa. Phantom, I believe. Oh, the quick drivers out there. He should be all right. And Rhino, of course, who didn't do well last week. So Aston Martin running around with no wing. Aurelian, don't know what he's up to. Oh, there's a Haas stopped. Oh no, it's just Rain letting other cars go, so that's fine. Okay, Gorniak is, well, he's invalidated, but will he go for another lap? Or will he pull in? I don't know you, Fresh, but when it's raining in a qualifying, I always try and do at least 3 or 4 laps in succession just to get my foot in. Or the feeling for the track, if you like. But a lot of these guys just going for the one lap wonders.
To be honest, it's been a long time since I've actually done a wet qualifying. Last season was exceptionally dry, at least in Tier 3.
Yeah, I think we did one wet qualifying. Can't remember which one it was, but Phantom looking strong. I think he had a purple sector too, so we could see him jump up the grid here.
Wasn't the wet qualifying Polo, which I wasn't here for?
Who, sorry? What track?
America.
No. There you go. Phantom does a 1:38.4. Decent. No, second off, but that puts him P4. I think the AlphaTauri bosses will be happy with that as they look for their first points of
Scotty, who
season.
raced last week. Who's back? Oh, Mud Warrior is back.
Yeah, Mighty Warrior's back.
Wait, is he there?
He is. He's currently down in P16, something like that.
according to Jake, it's mixed weather for us.
Interesting. Well, we know how the game can lie, so we'll have to see what happens. I'd quite like a dry, wet, dry, mix things up, rather than... Because obviously in this year's game, it's pretty much a one-stop every race, isn't it? Medium to hards or hards to mediums, unless, of course, shenanigans happen. So I would say a dry, wet, dry would definitely spice things up. So, Muddy Warrior coming around the final few corners then. Can he upset the standards at all? First tier 1
Our survey says
1:39.3, so not a bad lap. Well, I say that, it's 2 seconds off rain, but then obviously rain
that
is...
finish line always annoys me here, so it's so much further back than you think it is.
Yeah, very true. Anyone...
Fusion Gamer will have fond memories.
I think Dan has just gone P2, well, 1:37.7. Elite Risk has popped himself into P3. Currently 7 tenths off rain. I think he'll want to be a lot closer than that.
It's good to see Dan still fighting from his form of last season.
Yeah, of course, obviously he missed the first race, but I think he had a very good end to the season last year, so Dan is definitely one to look out for tonight and for the rest of the season in that Williams car. Oh, and Dylan's had a spin. Right, anyone on a fast lap? Let's say Benster, shall we? I think he should be... Nope, he's going to be nowhere near his time. What about Paloma? Nope, she's there.
The Lord and Saviour has just come out the pits.
Oh.
Stan still? Is he thinking it's going to dry up? I know he's out. He's invalidated. Okay.
Yeah, he was out. He invalidated his first run as well, so...
Sheldon's invalidated. I can't speak to him.
Sorry?
I don't know. Just trying to find someone who's going across there.
Paloma, what can she do? Can she improve? She does, after P8, almost half a second quicker. So, yeah, after P8, and I think... Oh, and Benster, was he getting a toe there? A cheeky toe from Jake. That's worked out well for Benster, I think.
Hey, Doriak, 2 tenths down, sector 1.
That's not good for the Red Bull.
Not good.
Not good. You see he's 2 tenths down.
It's 2 tenths up, 2 tenths down. It says negative, I don't know how you want me to phrase it.
Well, if
he's quicker.
If it's minus 2 tenths, he's 2 tenths up.
Well, now it's 3 tenths. Up, down,
down. He's improved by
sector
3
2.
tenths.
There you go.
He's up by 3 tenths. There you go. Right. Benster then, he'll want to put a much faster lap in. As Arulian goes P3, what a lap from Arulian. He's been on fire since Abu Dhabi as well. Something's lit fire under his belly, and he's certainly giving it some, isn't he? Right, Benster around the final corner. One of the pre-season championship drivers' favourites anyway, for the title. And he does a 1.
Going back in the pits, what happened?
That one, oh, he's obviously done a many invalidated. Benster goes P through that lap. Now, the question is, will he give Jake a toe? He looks like he's close enough. It's a bit odd to do a toe in the wet, but you know what? A tenth was a tenth. Jake going down to gear 1. It's very strange in the wet, but what do I know? He's tier 1, I'm tier 7. And no, Benster does not give him a toe, a little one, but I'm not too sure if that's going to be significant enough to give him some time. Oh, that was tight.
Oh,
that was tight.
That wasn't great timing.
Oh, a little
I think
wiggle from
Benster may
Jake.
be thinking he was going to catch up quicker than he actually did there. That's cost him, he's over right now. Fusion Gamer setting a purple sector 2.
Ooh, interesting. Right then, Jake round the final corner. Is he going to improve? He does a 1:30. No, well, 2:10 he went quicker, but P11 for Jake. And you said Fusion Gamer was up, didn't you? And he was near the end of the track, so let's stick with Fusion Gamer. See what he can do. Can he get close to his teammate Dylan? He only needs 1.2 seconds. I say only 1.2 seconds. Oh, a little wiggle out the final corner. Is that a McLaren with the yellow flag? Right, so Fusion Gamer across the line. Goes P12. He improves by 6/10. So good lap there from Fusion Gamer. Only a 10th off Jake. So a decent lap from himself there.
Floodgates are opening. Everyone's coming out.
Yeah. Just under 2.
Only Aurelian and Rhino still. He's not going to set a time. He's not going to set a time.
No, he's not going to be out in time, is he?
Another bad week. Well, another bad qualifying. Not week yet. But
Well,
Mercedes not looking good.
You say that, but Joel got P9 last week. Joel got Mercedes only points last week. As he invalidates as well, so he'll have one more stab at a fast lap. But all the big guys are out. And the lap. Benson's invalidated, so I'm hoping he'll have at least another lap of fuel.
My mistake. I thought Stan was going in the pits, not out of the pits. Yeah,
is he going to have enough time?
As a whole, it's not looking great for Mercedes, is it? We got to see the financial view of it after the first week. Damages being applied. Mercedes at the very bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're already 1.5 million off the top of the table. Yeah. Right, so Rhino on his out lap. But we could just see if he should be able to get to the line. But right, so everyone has started their final lap. Is that Benz? So Benz is invalidated, but he's got to start again. He's fine. Right, so I will stay with Rain. Is there anyone ahead of the track? So where is Dan? Dan's just started. Where is Rulian's there? Phantom's off the track. Elite Risk. Ooh, is Elite Risk? Is he going to get a? There's yellow flags there, so I can't see how much time's left. Is this going to be Elite Risk?
About 20 seconds.
Oh, there we go. Elite Risk will just about get another lap in. Very lucky. So we'll stay on board with Rain then.
Just about going to make it.
Is that Kagorniak as well? Is he on a fast one? He is, and he's just under 3/10 up. And that lap would actually put him up into, well, move him one place up ahead of Dylan. Of course, the points are not handed out in qualifying, they're handed out in the race, and Kagorniak is a very consistent driver.
Joel's done. Moved above Matt Bench.
There you go. So Joel will disappointing qualifying there. 2 seconds off. Well, the provisional points it is. So here comes Kagorniak around the final corner. And he is 3/10 faster. So yes, he does dethrone Dylan. Right, let's have a look at Rain. He's about to cross the line. Can he improve? Oh, he does.
Yep.
By 2.5 tenths, 1:37.1. That is going to take some beating. Here comes Dan across the line. 37.4. Benster. Oh, 37.6. About Aurelian. He's invalidated. And Elite Risk's invalidated as well. It's a P6.
Pro Swedler.
Yeah, Pro Swedler.
Swede.
Can he? Oh, Phantom's had a. I think he's retired in the pits, I think. Right, Pro Swedler, what can he do? Can he trouble the front lot? He can! P3! Ho ho! Ho ho ho! Ahas! Look at that, they've got a very fast team. P1 and P3 as it stands. Dylan.
Rhino's invalidated.
Oh, poor Rhino.
Whoa, Dylan!
Yep, Dylan went P10. Flashbacks of Tier 3.
His teammate there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not letting me type messages in the. It's not letting me in the chat. In the Lightbox chat. Right then. Fresh, do the honours please. Do our qualifying rundown.
Rain P1, Dan with his return, P2, great lap, First Squidler P3, Benson P4, Brilliant P5, and then we can leap Risk down at P7, but I think he'll be out there at the end. Egoniac P8, Paloma P9, and Dylan runs out. Yeah, all fine. Fusion Gamer just behind him, Mighty Warrior P8. 13th Mac Edge.
Joel, then you got Vision, Rhino, and Thomas, who did not set. Wait, my chat's there you go. My chat's working now. There we go. I can see. Lenny. Right then, let's have a quick Scooby Doo in a tier and see. Jake would like to set off.
Looking dark, but it's looking dry.
20:59. So we've got 3 minutes, which means I think I'm fresh.
Do it. Right, I'm going. Do you know what? Because I don't have to hear it. I'm sorry, viewers. I should do it. Going.
Right, we'll be right back, boys. People, we'll be right back screen, and we'll be back in minutes. It is less than 20 seconds before out. Fresh is doing something. Throat is lubed. Good timing there, Fresh.
Yeah. I'll try.
And the light sequence is about to. There we go. 2, 3, 4. We have 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. Right, it looks like a decent start for Rain. Dan's had a bit of a slow start. Benson's up into P2. It's going to be a tight turn 1. There's usually a couple of accidents here, but Rain looks like he's had a good start. Doesn't look like... Oh, a bit of wing flying off there. And it's a Mercedes. Oh, and Pro Sweden's gone. Oh, and all that, Pro Sweden's gone. Terrible start for Haas. Jake's down to P17 as well. We've had the traditional France Turn 1 mix-up and a few blooded noses. Look at that, right up into P11. Bet you'll be happy with that, Fresh.
Will I?
And Dylan's gone for a spin. He's gone for the hards.
He's gone for the hards.
He has gone for the hards. Rain at the front. Oh, look, position change. We're doing all right. So, yeah, look at that. A lot of changes. Riding up 7 places. Fusion, Muddy Warrior both up 3. Benza up 2 places. Elite Risk already up 2. And there is your predicted strategy. Hard to mediums. Or a medium, soft. But, of course, we still have the rain to account for. Let's have a quick look at tyres.
I think he beached on the curb there for a second, but he's back on track now.
Well, chaos all the way.
Just fighting with Matt Veg to his right.
Got to be careful. We're only on lap 1 here. We don't want to any more damage than necessary. Yeah, and look at that. Rain has already stretched his legs by a second out front, and Benza's got a second on Dan. So the front 3 really are, or the front 2, getting away a little bit. Phantom's falling back by a second. So early days yet, but look at that. Elite up into P4. And watch out for those penalties tonight.
Jake in the pits, that wing change? Yeah. It is.
It is, yeah. He had a...
He got caught up. Whatever happened there, I'm sure we'll see it in the clips.
I'm sure that's, I think it's 2 weeks in a row now. I think Jake's had a lap 1, isn't it? Incident.
Stand up at P9.
Yeah, he is. He's making some inroads, isn't he? So the question is, when...
Warrior on the back of Fusion. He goes for it. On a better time.
Yeah.
It's done.
Only 4 drivers on the hard tyres so far. So Phantom, Fusion, Dylan and Jake all starting on the hard tyres. But the question is, the rain is coming. It's just, will the mediums last until the rain comes? The majority of the grid seem to think so.
I'm quite surprised no one took the gamble for the softs first.
Judging from what people were saying in the chat, it doesn't sound like people were confident, because the softs do not go very long. They will go... I mean, you get 7-8 laps out of them. They're not very good around here. So unless the rain was coming within 5 laps. See, look at that. It tells you to stop lap 21. So that's 6 laps for the softs. As Rain does another fastest lap. Now 1.4 ahead of Benza. He is outside of the DRS. Benza also has himself a 1.2 second lead of Elite Risk now. Right on the back. So let's test it then. Elite Risk is 3 tenths behind. Let's see if he can make a move on Dan. Good early move.
Past Fusion game in it.
Yep.
He's still going to be under attack from Visions. Aurelian is moving on.
There we go. DRS open for Elite Risk. He's gone for the outside line as Dan covers the inside. And look at that. So there you go. DRS does help. So 3 tenths is the magic gap so far.
Thank you, Michael.
Okay.
DRS does help.
Yeah. Well, this track famously, you don't get a lot of help from DRS. So obviously DRS is needed around this track. So
under attack from Plum, or has he just got past Plum?
Looks like Keg Gorniak. Looks like Dan is the next target for Keg Gorniak. They're running in P5. Phantom falling back by 2 seconds. A little racing the bike. He's fallen back by 2 seconds, but he's also pulled away from Muddy Warrior by 2 seconds. So a bit of a race by himself. As yeah, like you said, right up into P9 as Paloma already the first driver to get a 3-second time penalty.
The penalties tonight.
Yep. And we've got a nice close grid. So obviously, if Muddy Warrior you got in P7, and everyone down to ruin in P12 is within a second the car in front. As Elite Risk sets the fastest.
He's closing in on Benza here.
He is already within that second, and Elite Risk is flying. And the good thing is, Dan is still within that DRS. So if Dan can stay in, he will bring himself back into contention. Oh, and as Rhino, as he spun.
You've seen he had a battle there with Matt. I think it was Matt Veg, must have been, but obviously that went a bit wrong.
So there you go. Look, the gap is 7 tenths. And Elite Risk.
Really sticking behind him.
Down to 6 tenths. Down to 5. So about 3 tenths. So there you go. Look, even with the power of DRS, he only gained about 3 tenths, which is so odd for a
He's just
track.
got the ERS to play with as well.
He does, but it's so odd for a track that's got such a long straight like that. Good news is Kay Gorniak hung on as well, so we've currently got 3 cars vying for that P2, as Rain has now stretched his lead to 3.2 seconds, looking very comfortable out there for the Haas team. Well, one of the cars anyway, obviously. Chris Weedle, obviously.
Really having a battle here.
Visions obviously to make up for his DNF last week. Filling in for Arthur this week. Obviously filled in for Dan last week, and this week he's filling in for Arthur. As Rain says, anything you can do, I can do better. To Elite Risk, as he says, a 133.5
laps in, and still no spots of rain that I can see. Gorniak's left the session.
Oh no, you better get on it and invite him back.
I'm added.
Oh dear. Team Prince, when you don't even add him. Oh dear me. Anyway. Battle for P8 rages on. As Aurelian will want that place back off Vision. Evening Orange Juice, good to see you. Oh, here we go. Aurelian, 3.5 tenths. That should be enough as Elite Risk takes P2. Elite Risk up into P2 now. Now, can he do anything about Rain up front? It's going to be a task, but if anyone can do it, it's going to be Elite Risk, as Aurelian does get Visions into the straight. And Aurelian back up into P8, sorry, I should say. So the Aston Martin's now running P8 and P10. Mercedes, God, that rotten luck. P13 and P14 as it stands. And Jake having a little race by himself.
But he's going to find himself under pressure from Vladimir, who's lost so much time. That is really unfortunate.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, look at that. He's lost 3.5 seconds. And as you say, look at that. Yep, you're right. He has lost that. Oh, was that a bit of drop? Was that a drop of rain? Did I see a drop of rain? Yes! Yes, the rain is coming!
The rain is here.
So the softs, 6 laps, 8 laps, the softs probably would have just about done it, you know. But it depends. Will it go full wets? Will the dries be okay? We know what this game can do sometimes, where the rain does come down, but it stays dry enough for slicks to still be the tyre of choice. I guess we'll find out once if DRS gets
Hey, Gorniak finally back in his car there. He's lost a substantial amount of time there.
Yeah. So of course, now this is where the track will start getting tricky. Right, let's have a look at Rain. Will he still go flat out around turn 10 in the rain on slicks? He does, you know. Very brave. What about Elite Risk? He does, yep. Dan, yep. So it looks like the grip is still there at the moment.
Who takes the plunge? Who pits? Who doesn't?
Well, I mean, if you're taking
Brilliant losing places here. He's had another moment.
If you're taking that corner flat out. Oh, and Rain! Hang on. Oh, sorry, I thought I saw someone. There you go. DRS disabled. It's officially wet enough. And there you go. Rain jumps straight in. Elite Risk. They're all going to jump into the pits now. No, Phantom stays out. Oh, no. Oh, God. No. I thought he stayed out. Okay, Gorniak is staying out. That is a brave choice, because as soon as the game tells you that DRS is disabled, that will tell you that it's ready. So Kate Gorniak has a massive gamble there. He's on his own. He
doing the same.
He hasn't got a teammate, and Visions as well. But look at the pit lane. It's absolutely chucking it down. As more unfortunate for Mercedes, as
Dylan's staying out.
Gets a first on those
hards.
That is not going to be pretty.
Now, is this, do you think, because the rain may not be here very long? Dylan spun it.
Oh, Dylan.
Not saying it's the right choice, clearly, by that from Dylan, but our studies opting
judging by
the rain to not be here very long.
Judging by how heavy that rain is coming down, it's not going to dry out that quick.
Rain is catching Visions by Why
A,
is it?
a secondary
no.
corner, I imagine.
No, not really. He's slower on the straight.
Look at that.
Oh, but yeah, then through the corners, it's about half a second.
No, that's the second. It's gone from 2 points to 1. He's lost over a second in that corner alone. Vision will no doubt lift a lot. As Rain does a little squirt up the pot as well. Now, the question is, does Rain drop the inside? He does. I think Vision maybe stays out because he may not have wanted to double stack. Oh, and there you go. Vision goes round. Oh dear, what a shame. And Kagorniak then will go into the pits and just about. Will he slow down? He does. Oh, dear me. Right, so what about Dylan? How's he getting on? He is Jesus, he's trying his hardest not to spin. But wow. His Vision gets it.
I believe he went in 6th.
Yeah, well he was 6th before the thing, wasn't it? And there you go, Dylan. Oh, careful, Dylan, you're going to get a penalty for that. Will he slow down? He does.
He comes up 7th, so yeah, staying out wasn't the best idea.
To be fair, he's only lost 1 place, which in the grand scheme of things isn't too bad.
Well, he did better than the other 2 drivers that opted to stay out, that is true.
He certainly did. Right then, at the front, Rain's gap is now 4 seconds. As Benson still within that 8 tenths, and where has Dan's had a nightmare somewhere? Because look at that, he has fallen.
Dan spun, didn't he?
He did. You're right. I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. Is that Dylan having a spin? Dylan's had a spin coming out of the pits.
Oh,
He's still in the medium tyres. What's happened? Oh no!
He is. What's he got that for?
Has the I think the game may well have screwed him. That is such a shame because he's probably going to get lapped now, which unfortunately means game over in terms of trying to get points.
Visions and Paloma having a little battle down here.
Yep.
Visions very slow out of that corner.
He was indeed. His tyres, look at that. He's giving Paloma the squeeze, isn't he? Who's going to win out here in the battle for 14th? Visions this time around, but Paloma looks like she's got a better run. And Dylan has retired. I believe that, yeah, unfortunately, I think the... Oh, and safety car! There you go, safety car, folks. Dylan, yeah, unfortunately, he's had an accident coming out of turn 7 and hit the wall there.
See, this is my issue with this game. Dylan, there is no one around Dylan there, and the safety car comes out. But on so many other tracks, the person in 2nd, with an entire train behind him can crash, and it's just like, no, you're good, keep going. I raced Belgium the other night, and that's the
I tell you, that's quite smart from Joel, actually. He's gone into the pit for a fresh set of inters and got rid of that 5 seconds. So that's pretty smart going from Joel, to be fair. That means he won't...
That he now can't appeal that, but he will have... He's going to be pitting again at some point.
Yeah, exactly. So he'll be pitting again anyway. Because it was a 5-second speed in pit lane, wasn't it? So it wasn't like anything else. So he had to get rid of it.
We don't know what's going to happen. Because it wasn't very clear. We just got told mixed by our Lord and Saviour. So we don't know if it's going to be dry again. We don't know if it's going to go to full wet. It might just stay like this for the rest. It doesn't seem to be getting any darker.
It doesn't.
Wait, when did Joel get 5 seconds?
He got it in the pits, didn't he? For speed in the pits.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Stan finds himself back up to P10. He'll be happy with the safety car because he was 6 seconds behind. Now he can continue his storm back up top and probably spin again.
You heard it here first, folks. Right. So yeah, this will give us a nice reset. Get everyone bunched back together, which means...
I'll tell you who won't be happy about this. Rain.
Rain. Yeah, Rain. Yeah. But to be fair, it looks like he may have that little bit extra to try and beat Elite Risk tonight. So, but then, according to the McLaren chat, Elite thought he was on for a provisional pole before he invalidated. So maybe he does have some pace in the rain. We shall find out very shortly. We're on lap 10 already. It's gone pretty quick, to be fair.
I think the happiest about this would probably be last week's driver of the day, Benston, because he was just falling away from Elite there, so he gets another crack at this.
Yep.
This time he'll be hoping with the added benefit of Elite leading fighting rain, and he can just sit there and
Pick off the
take
pieces.
this moment. When did Kagunya get a penalty?
I don't know. But he won't be the last. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. Vision's on
Vision's
the
gone
wet
to wet.
tyres. That is an interesting choice. Is he AI? Because...
I
no, he's not.
think he left.
Yeah,
Commodity Warrior left. Is he still? No, he's not.
that is... I'll tell you what. I mean, you see it doesn't look like it's getting dark, and the rain doesn't look like it's getting any heavier. So, yeah.
I say that, but it might be a little bit dark now. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, no, it's definitely...
The track
wet-
definitely looks more wet.
Yeah, yeah, but the thing is, there's no puddles.
Jake in the pits. Will he follow suit?
If it's for wet tyres, you'll see puddles on the track. That's when you know it's wet tyres. And Jake
Oh, Jake's coming
will
to pit for
do
something. He is going on
wets.
wet.
He is. Okay. Okay then. Big things just got interesting. Rain is getting heavier. There's no puddles per se, so it must be just on the limit between the inters and the wets.
Well, I guess that puts our argument to bed. It looks like it will get wetter.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it may, but I get the feeling that no one's going to pit for wets apart from those two at the back. I think the others will likely try and...
Yeah, but
see
would
it
you go on
through.
the wets if you've looked at the forecast and think, well, it's going to get dry again at some point? Would you really commit to the wet?
Yeah, exactly. It's obviously a big gamble from Vision and Jake. And I think those two have got to
Pigeons
hurry
and
up.
Jake on Joel will be one to watch.
Jake's got to get a move on because the safety car's almost on him. So if he wants that gamble to work, he's got to catch up the safety car by a whole minute. Yeah, good luck with that one, Jake.
Well, he's got 2 laps to do it, I'm sure.
I don't know. I feel like the safety car might be in this lap, you know.
No. I don't think you're right.
I'm probably not, but you never know.
Jake seems pretty...
Vision's in the
Comfortable on
pits
these
again.
wets.
What's Vision's doing? Is he going back on the inters? He is.
He's going back on the inners.
Okay,
Now, will
then.
Jake follow suit?
I mean, Jake that'd be suicide if he did. He'd get lapped by the safety car.
I mean, Jake looks pretty comfortable on the wets here. Joel
Oh,
picking
and-
up another 3 seconds under safety car.
Well, he's pushing hard to catch it. That's what he's doing. Yeah, he got rid of the 5 seconds and now got himself a free. Right. So is the
Hopefully we
safety
get a
car?
nice, clean safety car restart. No going then not going like we had last week, which caused quite a bit of...
Have they changed the design? It looks like the safety car's got like a massive spoiler on the back of it.
Oh, what is that?
What was that?
Well, I'm agreeing with you. They've added scaffolding to the back of the
I was going to
Mercedes.
say, yeah. Yeah, it's like a massive spoiler on the back of it. But no,
Is it just
you're
a
right.
light?
No, I think it is.
Is it?
It's a spoiler. But the back
Well, yeah,
window
but
is
the spoiler
back
was
window-
always there.
the back window is back. The back window is blacked out, so I think it's kind of looking like it's
Maybe that's the rain, the wet weather version of the safety car?
possibly. Possibly.
You notice how the back of the safety car just went green there?
No, because I turned off it.
You turned off it.
Yeah.
Oh, off the camera. Yeah, follow
Yeah.
the rain. I want to see if it does it again. It's flashing yellow, obviously, but it went green there for a second.
Okay. Maybe did it go green as it crossed? Did it go green as it crossed the finishing line?
Around about there, yeah.
Maybe. Right then. People at the back, Visions has got 30 seconds to catch up, and Jake still has a minute to catch up. So get your groove on, boys. Still perplexed as to why Jake's on those bets. But,
Well, he is catching Vision, so I assume they're both pushing it.
well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. For Jake's sake, I hope he's made the right choice.
I don't know, but I think Jake might just get on the back of this train.
Yeah, and you see, like you can see, he's using his battery as well. It's going to be very touch and go. But the best thing is, if Jake does catch up, his tyres are going to be a lovely warm temperature. There you go, safety car is in. Jake's got to get a move on. Come on, Jake, you can do it. Come on.
Interesting, the safety car lights just turned off altogether there, didn't even go green, so I don't know what that green light was about.
Odd.
Gonna keep an eye on Rain here, just to make sure he does or you can keep an eye on Rain and make sure he does a nice, clean...
I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
Rain is very, Oh, hang
I
on,
remember
what's
who it was
there?
that didn't last week.
Someone's had there's been some shenanigans.
Stan Rulian!
There's been some shenanigans.
And there seems to be some giving positions back from Paloma.
Yeah.
Why would you do this?
I don't know. I
the
think something's
restart.
obviously happened. Right, let's focus back on Rain, shall we? As Jake,
yeah, Jake's not going to make it, is he?
He's not going to make it.
Unfortunate for
Oh,
me. Rain doing every
Burnout.
last effort to
Yeah,
do something.
He's doing some burnouts.
I'm
Right
going to
then.
stay on board with Benster and get the best view of this.
There you go. He's off indeed. Oh, and Rhino in the pits. A really... it sounds like there's some
Yeah,
damage.
something's happened there.
Yeah, right, so there we go. Rain got a good start, but Elite Risk is right on the back of him. Is it a wing change for those two? The Mercedes needs to be up in the air. Yep, a wing change. That's just such a shame. Obviously, some kind of shenanigans going on there. Right, back up.
First to 7th all stayed well. Looks
They
like
have.
Fusion Game. Oh no, Fusion Game has brought it back a little bit. He's going to run an attack from Monty Warrior right now.
Yep, Phantom looks like he's struggling in the wet. He's fallen off by a second.
There you go, Jake. You gained some positions out of that at least.
Yeah, but he's still 20 seconds off the back. Oh, and Phantom is looking very, very shaky. I wonder if he's
Here
got
comes Dan.
a complete
Big one
dry
again
setup.
past Matty Bench. Our Pro Club's Lord and Saviour.
There you go. Dan up. Back up into P4.
That curb going to that chicane always confuses me, because especially in the wet you can't see the line anyway. I
Yeah.
think Dan might have just done that okay, but he's flirting with that line.
Yeah.
Let's see if he did get ahead.
Thomas and Paloma going, oh no! And it looks like, I think there
What
might
happened?
be a coming together between
Oh,
Paloma and Thomas. And Thomas
The man
is,
with no luck.
yeah, Thomas is... Oh, careful, Thomas. Don't hit that wall. I think he's got away with no damage. But that's not good being that far down, because he's now been
Elite
overtaken
Risk
by
in the
Jake.
pits?
Oh, so is this
Why?
the wet call? Is it for wet tyres?
Matt Veg in the pits.
Is this the wet tyre call?
It's looking pretty wet, yeah.
It
but
is.
I mean,
It is. There we go. Wet tyres for Elite Risk. Then I'll tell you what. I'm loving this now. We've got all different strategies, because this will be. I say, if Jake was closer, it would be good news for him. But
I mean, he's not really catching, to be honest.
no, he's not.
Just
Is he?
the people in front of him are in the pits, so it's hard to tell.
Well, it stayed at about
Thomas Sandler
23 seconds. Yeah.
Jake
So Elite,
is...
Jake, ooh, he's got to be careful. He's got to be careful.
Pretty sure he's in a party with Matt Veg, so
Yeah.
he will be shouting smooth right
Yep.
now.
And of course, Jake's tyres are going to be that much warmer, so it's good news for him. Right, let's keep a watch eye on Elite Risk.
A watch
shall we?
eye.
A watching eye, yep. A watching eye
Wandering
on
eye.
Elite Risk.
Whispering Eye.
A watching eye, because we watch with an eye.
Whispering Eye, comment in the Twitch chat if you know where that comes from.
So, look at that. He's bringing the time down there. It was 11 points, like it's now 10.7. Let's keep an eye on that gap. So, it could be that the wet tyres are the way to go. But the problem is, can he then make up that extra pit stop he now has behind Rain? And, Rain stretching his legs a little bit. He is now 1.2 ahead of Benster, who is in turn 2 seconds ahead of Dan. Everyone hanging on well. They're going up, still up there.
They're not pitting.
Look at that. The gap is down to 9.7. The wet tyres are definitely the fastest tyre to go right now. It's Paloma in the pits. I imagine she'll be going on to those wet tyres. Let's have a quick Scooby. Yep, the wet tyres for the Ferrari. I wonder how long. The question is though, how long is this wet weather going to last for?
It would be nice to see another twist.
I mean, you got Fusion up there in P9, but you're kind of wondering. I bet he's kind of wondering why he didn't stay out on those wets, because he would have been quids in right now. As it stands, he currently sits 1.8 behind Fusion Gamer. And look at that, Joel! And that is why you never give up, folks. P7. Joel's had a horrific race so far, and he finds himself in P7. Good going, Joel. And, that's a very big mistake here, because Benster has got himself a little bit closer. Let's have a look at Paloma. She's in the wets. How much quicker is she than Rhino? Obviously, not much doing on the straight, but
Might have been a lucky hit.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you go down second gear in the rain, you're gonna you're gonna get a lot more wheel spin. Not doing too bad. As Elite Risk continues. Oh, and now we've got Fusion Gamer in the pits. Has Fusion Gamer gone for the wets? Oh, look. It was a bit early to pit for another set of inters. And...
maybe...
yes,
oh!
Indeed.
That Phantom has... sorry. Has lost it on the curve.
Better Phantom down to P6 then. Promotes Muddy Warrior in the Aston Martin, his first race of the season, up into P5. Race for him. And there you go.
So
look, just like
maybe
that.
maybe like the last time I brought this up, the inter runners, because it doesn't seem like everyone's that keen on jumping in. Just some people. Maybe we are going to go back to inter running here at some point, because I feel like at this point you would see more people jumping in the pits for wet.
Yeah, I mean the inters, they're very durable, so they'll be able to go to the end. It's just whether they're quick enough to go to the end. As Jake, who was a minute behind at one point, is now sitting there pretty in P10.
Yeah, but Elite Risk isn't exactly gaining by leaps and bounds on visions right now. I mean, he's gaining, but not...
It's about a second a lap.
What's those curbs kick on here? Come on.
And look at that, Rain still...
Benster.
I thought you were about to say the same thing. Benster really closing in now. Rain possibly struggling in these kind of conditions. And so look at that.
I swear I remember Rain saying once that he doesn't particularly like the rain. That might not have been him. He may have said the exact opposite, but...
I think you might have said that before the Imola Grand Prix once when it was wet. I may be wrong. But yeah.
Imola? Maybe it was Imola.
Yeah. But a lot of these drivers...
Every time I see that little green bar go full power and I see the car wobble just a little bit, your heart drops every time I see it.
Yeah. But that rain, you can see it's really coming down now. And look at that, he is... I was about to say he's 3.7 seconds off his best time. He took to one, but obviously they did some dry running, didn't they? And look, you can see how much he's struggling to get on the throttle, and Benster is sniffing a win in, essentially.
Benson's pit window is open, according to that little dial there.
Ooh, both cars having a little wag around that
It's a
corner,
bit
weren't
Tokyo
they?
Drift there.
It was, both cars kind of doing it. And,
Dan does the same thing.
let's have a quick look.
Korniak, nicely. Mighty
Elite-
Warrior right at the back. Okay, Korniak, when did that happen?
Elite Risk is 21.5 seconds behind Elite Risk. Behind the leader Rain. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that.
I mean, he
Rain-
certainly looks more stable right now.
And see, look at that. You mentioned about a minute or so ago that the gap wasn't coming down. The gap is now 2.8 seconds between Vision and Elite Risk. The gap is coming down all the time. Is that Rhino and Paloma having a ding dong?
But if
They
the
are
weather
indeed.
is going to get better, do you, after this long of staying on the Indes now, do you just stick to that?
Possibly, but
Or do you admit you maybe got that a bit wrong? Hit for the wets and maybe pull that up as well?
Paloma getting very close to Rhino. Oh dear me, you can hear as Elite Risk
Elite
has
Risk has
got
finally got
past
past
Vision.
Visions.
2 laps ago, that gap was what, 9 seconds? That's crazy. 150. That is crazy.
Well, he's got another 9 seconds to do for Joel.
Yeah, well, see now he's got some clean air, and so before the gap was, he's caught Rain by 1.5 seconds. It's the last lap. So yeah.
Oh, okay, Korniak maybe lost it there.
Well, these guys are supremely talented, and of course, you know, the wrong
Standing
tyre.
across Paloma on the
Oh,
into
look
nope.
at that.
Never
Joel.
mind.
Is that Joel going up into P6? It is. He overtakes Phantom. I think Phantom must have a really, really dry setup on because he's struggling in these conditions. Yeah. Oh, you get a flag. Oh, is that Thomas? Has he had a moment? He has. He's had a spin coming up the final corner. Thomas just can't buy any luck at the moment, can he?
Right, 9 laps to go. Well, 8. Seem to be 8 laps to go.
Yep, about 9 laps. So Rain obviously has got Benster on the
It
back
does
of
look
him,
like
but
it's getting brighter, but maybe it's just this area of the track.
Yep. And so, yeah, Elite Risk now just 4 point... Well, I was about to say 4.9, 4.7, 4.4, 4.3. It is coming down literally a tenth every second. As Phantom is now going to pits. Is he going to go onto the wets?
What? If he changes to another set of Inters here, then we'll know. We will have our answer. And it is
Inters.
another set of Inters. There's the answer.
Interesting. Oh, we've got a yellow flag.
gonna get
Oh,
dry.
that's Paloma. Paloma having a moment. Alright, let's have a quick look, because Elite Risk is still catching Joel at a fast rate of knots. He is now 17.1 behind Rain. So Rain and Bence are still in pole position for the race win, you would say. And Visions is really struggling. Visions has fallen 9 seconds behind Elite Risk. He's not enjoying these conditions, I'll tell you that. But running 8 is P8 is getting points. The Williams currently sitting in P3 and P8.
Depending on what his penalty is, yeah.
I imagine it'll be a 3 seconds, so he's just about... Well, it depends. Will Jake be able to catch him? Haven't really been seeing Jake a lot. He's still got Matt Veg behind him. The question is now, let's have a look at... Just check Phantom now. He's 5.1 behind. We'll give him a lap to get his tyres up to speed, and then we'll see if he can actually... Ooh, look at
I mean,
that.
it's definitely brighter now.
Oh, and as that Fusion Gamer's gone round, oh, nightmare race for Alpine. Dylan retiring obviously early on due to the game giving him mediums rather than inters. And Fusion Gamer now finds himself out of
Yeah, but Fusion's
points.
kept his wings. There's damage limitation there.
He has. Look at that. What is happening to Visions? He's now 13 seconds behind Elite Risk, and Jake is, look at that. Jake is catching at a very fast rate of knots. I believe Vision and Jake had a battle last week as well in Australia. But, these inter guys are being very stubborn right now. As
Jake with Matt Veg right behind him. Again, in the party, so
Yeah, well,
probably
well
gonna be
they
working
came out
on this
together
one.
side by side, didn't they? When Matt Veg came out the pits, they were side by side, so they've been running together.
Matt
ever
Veg
since.
burning that ERS. Obviously in the rain you can use more of it because you get it back quickly, but
Yeah.
he's really burning it.
Let's see how quickly Jake,
Vision's with damn near a full tank, so it will be interesting to see how he defends this.
how easily can Jake pick off Vision? Not this corner. Well, look at that, Elite Risk also only 1.7 behind Joel now. Look at the difference in confidence. Look at that, with Jake almost pushing Vision along. He's like, come on, get your ass into gear. So will he have a move into the chicane? He
Joel
goes
gets
to the
past Mighty Warrior.
inside. There you go, Jake. Oh, Vision's defending that line really well. A little wiggle from it, and there you go, Jake with superior traction. Gonna go side by side into turn 10. Ooh, Vision's getting very racy. He doesn't want to give up that 8th position. But Jake, oh, look at that Veg! Oh, my Veg! Having a cheeky look. Oh, it's going. Oh, no, it's gone! Oh, no! Oh, how unfortunate. Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie, I don't think that was anyone's fault. I think that was just wheel banging. And unfortunately, Matt Veg has come
Jake's
off.
away.
Yeah, Jake's away. That's the important thing, right? Jake's away, but I think an unfortunate banging of wheels. As Elite Risk, look at that. He's right on the back. He's got past Muddy Warrior. He's right on the back of Joel and Kate Gorniak.
He went very wide there, I didn't quite catch what happened.
Oh, Vision's in the pits. Has he got damage? Or is he putting the wets back on?
He's gone for...
Wets. There you go. So, right, let's have a look at the lead then. So there's 7 laps.
Joel right on the back of K. Gorniak. Can he do it with his very small amount? Oh, they've both not really got a lot of ERS there.
Elite Risk
Elite
now
Risk.
just 11.5 seconds behind Rain. Oh, Elite Risk is gonna have a look at Joel. He goes up the inside. Oh, what a great move from Joel and Elite Risk, but Joel's not gonna give up. Kate Gorniak struggling to get any traction out of that corner. Here we go. The Elite Risk. Is he going to take P4 from the Red Bull? It looks like he does. Elite Risk up into P4. What a move from Elite Risk. 2 cars in 2 corners. Now I guess can Gorniak, can he hold off Joel? Joel having a storming second half to this race. I tell you what's really frustrating. I'm looking forwards and there's rain. I'm looking behind. I think there's a little bit of rain, but there was no rain. Make up your mind. As yeah, we've got this freeway battle now between Muddy Warrior, Joel and Kate Gorniak. Elite Risk already 2 seconds up the field. Up the track. Jesus, my words are horrible today. Right, Kate Gorniak.
Joel gets a good run here on K. Gorniak.
Yeah. We are obviously really struggling in these conditions now. Joel looks like he's got a bit of handle on them. Oh, Joel, they're going to go side by side to turn 1. Can they keep it clean? They are at the moment. Oh, Joel! Oh, Joel with the wheel back. And look at that. Oh, Muddy Warrior just slipped off there. Bit random, but there you go. Joel once again going for a gap that isn't quite there. And
Muddy Warrior will be sat behind these two.
so
Obviously,
we're
with the lights flashing anyway, he won't know that they're both bare minimum on ERS.
going to go on Elite Risk because already he's less than a second behind Dan. We could well see him overtake into turn 10. Possibly not this lap. So we will go back to the battle between Kate Gorniak, Joel and Muddy Warrior. Into the chicane. Looks like Kate Gorniak's got it. Goes, almost running Joel out of road there. And Joel, when he got the inside, it's neck and neck. Who's going to get it? Joel's got a better traction. And looks like Joel up into P5. Kate Gorniak down to P6. How hard will Kate Gorniak fight it? Oh, dear me, I think Joel bit too much off. And look at, another wheel bang! And this time it's Kate Gorniak and Muddy Warrior. Be careful, guys. It's very tricky conditions out there, and you're on the wrong tyres and wet conditions. That is not ideal, and Kagorniak now finds him down in P7. Well, I'll tell you what, I was about to say he's 12 seconds ahead of Jake. He's now only 9 seconds. 8.8, 8.6, the gap. Those intermediates. The problem is those intermediates now, they are now old as well. So they're the wrong tyre, and they're very worn. Which is why Elite Risk is now only 6... Well, he's just 7 seconds off the lead now. Can he do it? Can he do 7 seconds in 4 laps? I think if Elite can pull this off, I mean, one, he'll definitely get driver of the day. And two, what a phenomenal turnaround that'll be.
I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but it's definitely not raining as hard as it was.
It's not. You're absolutely right. It's looking a little bit lighter.
So, turns out the thing all of these inter-runners were gambling on has come a lot later than I think a lot of them wanted. But it
You're
is
right.
here now.
But at the same time, their tyres are going to be gone. Not going to be very nice.
Yeah, it's not ideal really.
No. Keep an eye on... I think Dan's still falling back from the Elite Risk. He's just lost 2 tenths in that one corner. 3 tenths. So it looks like...
3 seconds.
Looks like the wet tyre is still just about the right tyre. I'll put the interval in the leader so you can see. There you go. Elite Risk 6.3. Let's see if he can still catch Rain. Back at the front, Rain and Benson still having their own little battle. Benson just sitting there behind Rain. I guess he's waiting for some kind of opportunity where Rain makes a mistake or... Oh, I don't know, but we'll see. And look at that gap under 6 seconds now. It's going to be tight. Jake's got the gap to Kagorniak.
That driving line will start to dry out quite a bit now towards the inner side. It's going to take a couple laps, so I know the wet runners might have done well here. Well, Elite might have done well here.
Yeah. You have to wonder.
Wet tyres hasn't really paid off for anyone else. Jake up to P8 after that.
Well, I think it's worked out very well for Jake. You got to remember he was a minute behind the safety car, and now finds himself in the points. Potential double points again for Alfa Romeo tonight. So the gap is down to 5.1 to Elite Risk. So yeah, you're right. The gap it's still coming down, but not as fast as it was. So I think we're safe in saying that Elite Risk will probably, as long as there's no shenanigans, I think P3 is probably where Elite Risk will finish. And I'll tell you what, it could be close on penalties. I mean, Rain and Benster, they're usually two to get track limit penalties, but Rain's behaved himself tonight in that respect. But it's a lot closer this lap. Got down to about 2 tenths. The gap's still 5.1 to Elite Risk, so yeah, I think we're now at the crossover point where the tyres are basically the same pace. But Fusion Gamer is closing in on Phantom. Not too sure he's going to have any luck there. Phantom, of course, in P9, hoping to hang on to get Alpha Tauri's first point of the season. Oh, that's Kagorniak gets a penalty. Oh, that only puts him 4 seconds ahead of Jake rather than 7. Interesting. Yeah, the gap is gone up now. Elite Risk has lost half a second. So I think any hopes of Elite Risk winning this race are possibly gone. So
It's a podium.
Yeah, a podium is still a podium. Fantastic result. First and third, I'm sure he would have taken that. But can Benster get Rain? It looks like he's been warming up the best part of 20 laps by now. They're both with the same level tyres. They've both got the same amount of DRS. Rain just covering off the
against
inside.
Napoli.
Oh, that's definitely a turn up for the books, isn't it? Liverpool winning. And there we go. Yeah, so, right. Anyone else?
I think this is kind of on a grid. Hey, go on there, Command Warrior, but yeah, that's what the penalty, which he did put in the chat, was a bit iffy, but you can't appeal 3 seconds, unfortunately, so he's stuck with that.
Yeah. Having a quick look at the position gains. It's a bit hard one to judge, really. Like, driver of the day. There we go. Right. So, Spencer, look how close he is now. Still, once again, he needs that one mistake from Rain so he can get past. 2 laps remaining. And you can see how much more confidence Spencer's got than Rain under braking. As they come to lap. I think that's Thomas ahead of him in the McLaren.
Alex Hamilton's tyres are blank after 19 laps of racing.
Yeah, they'll be fine. They're just obviously, you know, not fantastic. Alright, can he get anywhere near Rain? Oh, we got a yellow flag. Is that a Ferrari facing the wrong way? No.
It's Rhino.
Oh, it's Rhino again. Horrible, another horrible race for Rhino. Fortunately, his teammate is faring much better. As Thomas gets out of the way. Very nice of Thomas. And you can tell the track's definitely getting drier because the ERS isn't charging as much as it was. So, a lap and a bit left. Who will take victory? This is... Well, you've got Kagoniak chasing down Muddy Warrior, but obviously those 3 seconds will hinder him. So I'd say the main battle on track right now is... Battle for P1, which is Rain and Benster. So, can Rain get his first win of the season? He has 1 lap remaining. Can he hold off the advances of Benster? Benster, of course, we finished P2 last week as well. Benster will not want to be the bridesmaid again. He will want to be the bride. He will want that cake. The cake is a lie. Yeah, the Inter's a different
Final lap.
type of...
Who's your driver of the day? Vote.
Well, I'm going to have to wait until the end of the race because it's a toss-up between Rain and Joel.
I mean, I got to give it to Joel.
Yeah?
I mean, all the way down there. Big head at the moment at some point as well. He definitely got caught up in that turn 1, lap 1 incident. I don't think he got hit or anything, but he definitely got held up by it. And he's going to come home. Maybe P5, maybe P6. So that's great racing there from Joel.
It is.
And it doesn't quite look like Ben's going to get this done.
Doesn't. So, it's very tough because Rain has been faultless out front. He hasn't put a foot wrong. And as I say that, no!
He's doing
my God, it's happening! It's happening! It's happening on the last few corners. But Rain's not giving up. Rain's not giving up. They're going to go side by side to the last corner. Who's going to get the better traction? Rain's got the better line. It's going to be a drag race to the finishing line. And it's going to be Rain. Or is it going to be Benson? No, it's Rain by less than 1/10 of a second. Wowee. What a grandstand finish we had there. Amazing. Elite Risk comes home with P3. Those wet tyres. 3 laps too long. Dan across the line, P4. Joel will cross the line in P5. Very good recovery drive from him. And Gorniak will finish across the line in P6, but he'll lose that to Muddy Warrior due to penalties. And Jake will cross the line in P8 as long as he doesn't spin it on the straight.
Yeah. No? Now that we know that Joel has secured his P5, I've got to give it to Joel there.
Yeah,
that was a great final effort from Benster, and it was a great race from Rain, but from Joel to go where he was to where he is now, that's...
Okay, yeah, we'll give it to... Yeah, it's a very close one. Can we give it a joint one?
No.
You put Rain over my name and Joel over your name, because I think they've both driven superbly different races. Obviously, Joel's with a great comeback drive. and Rain's just been, faultless out front. Not even Rain's very susceptible to penalties, so he didn't get a penalty tonight. But let's go Joel in, shall we?
Yeah. There you go. The game was the tiebreaker.
Yeah. Well, the game just references whoever takes the most positions. But there you go then. Rain, it's official, has his first reign. Bloody hell.
His first reign of the season.
His first reign of the season. He has his first win of the season. Elite Risk does join him on the podium though. Right, so after a very fun, wet French Grand Prix, here is your race order. Rain takes 26 points, because he also has the fastest lap of the race. Benza is P2. Elite Risk joins them on the podium. Great, another good race for him in the McLaren. Dan on his first race takes P4. Driver of the day, P5. Muddy Warrior will take P6 for the first race of the season as well. Okay, Gordon finishes P7 for Red Bull. Jake, possible who benefits from those wet tyres, P8. Phantom P9. Matt Veg takes P10. So Alva their first points of the season. People who miss out on points, we've got Fusion Gamer P11, Aurelian, Rhino, Visions, Thomas, the last of the official with Dylan screwed about the game, and Pro Swede unfortunately being DNF'd on the turn 1, lap 1. Right then, folks, I believe that is what they call wrap. Unfortunately, not the kind you can eat, but a wrap nonetheless. If you've enjoyed tonight, please make sure you come back tomorrow for more 7GR action. We are back here in France for the race for Tier 2, where I shall be somewhere on the grid, as will Fresh.
Probably at the back.
Yeah, we'll be at the back somewhere. Any final thoughts from yourself, Fresh, before we leave these final folk alone?
No, I think that's 2 for 2, really, and the test is there.
Yep.
One that you sort of look at in danger there of the pack running out, and one of those just dull races. But that was helped by the weather, obviously. But
It was. Thank you very much. So again, tomorrow at 8:30. And again, if you can't come tomorrow, then make sure you come back next week for Brazil. Okay, guys, have a good evening. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness, my words are rubbish tonight. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.